Well, good morning. Here it is. It's Tuesday, Tuesday morning, and today is, of course, November the 12th. And I hope that you had a great Monday. I hope that you had a great start to this week, and hope that you were successful in whatever endeavors you had to do. Some of you, possibly you might have been off work because of being Veterans Day, but no matter what, hopefully you were able to get off on the right foot. And now God has blessed us with the breath to breathe here on this Tuesday morning, and I of course certainly hope and pray that this morning finds you feeling well. Hope it finds you well rested and ready to tackle the opportunities that God has richly blessed us with here on this Tuesday morning. This morning I want to share a devotional with you entitled "You're Not Alone." It's kind of a strange thing, to feel alone, when you share a planet with more than 8 billion people. Yet, we all feel alone on occasion. We have those moments and times, Christians and non-Christians alike. We convince ourselves, that we're living a solitary existence, that no one notices us or cares about what we do or feel. In Psalm 94, verse 14, it reminds us that we are, in fact, not alone. It says there, "The Lord will not reject his people. He will not abandon his special possession." I mean, whatever you're facing, you're not alone. I mean, God is with you. He walks beside you through your valley. He accompanies you, through your storm. The problem is that distractions can keep us from, sensing God's presence. And that's why he says in Psalm 46, verse 10, "Be still and know that I am God." I mean, embrace quiet. There are times where, we need that time alone. When the prophet Elijah, he felt all alone and he feared for his life. God made his presence known, to Elijah, as it says in 1 Kings 19:14, with the sound of a gentle whisper. And that was all Elijah needed to realize that he wasn't alone. You see, God also makes his presence known, through his word to us. So if you feel alone, spend some time reading and meditating on it and memorizing, scripture. You can start with passages such as Deuteronomy 31, verse 6, Philippians chapter 4, verses 4 through 7, and 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 7. Pray about the things that you read there, and then ask God to help you sense, his nearness. Prayer is important because we have an enemy who he thrives on our weaknesses. The Apostle Paul wrote, and this is a familiar verse, I've used it before, but 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8, it says, "Watch out for your great enemy, the devil. He prowls like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour." Like a lion on the prowl, our enemy, Satan, he targets solitary prey. He exploits our feelings of loneliness, and he tries to create distance between us and God. But God has a plan to defeat our enemy, and he's always got a plan. God said the following in Genesis chapter 2, verse 18, "It is not good for man to be alone." Peter wrote in 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 10, "God has given each of you a gift from his great variety of spiritual gifts. Use them well to serve one another." Those two verses are not unrelated. I mean, to lovingly serve other people, we must look away from our own needs and then focus on the needs of others. And when we do that, in doing so, we make a connection, with the people that we serve. And often we make connections with other people who serve. And the author of Hebrews, he wrote the following in Hebrews chapter 10, verse 25, "And let us not neglect our meeting together, as some people do, but encourage one another, especially now that the day of his return is drawing near. You see, he's talking about fellowship, one of God's most underrated gifts to us. Fellowship, the gathering together of the people of God. That's an antidote, to aloneness. That's one of the answers to aloneness, is being together. I mean, just as serving with others prevents isolation and creates connections, so does worshiping God with others. I mean, your fellow church members, they share many of your core values and priorities. The more you get involved in your church, the stronger those connections become. And so if you find yourself struggling, with feelings of loneliness, draw closer to God and to his people. I can promise you it will be the answer to some of those alone times that you go through. And so anyway, hope that encourages you here on this Tuesday morning. I hope you have a wonderful day. Remember, Angie and I, we love you guys, and we're praying for you. And Lord willing, I'll see you tomorrow morning. God bless you.